slightest bit of leeway, he's going to expand again, and then he's going to expand again. So you give Flash an inch and he takes an expansion. Ha! But Cal already has ace expansion too. He looks like he might actually be setting up to take the 9 o'clock expansion as well, and he's taking to Arbiters in the meantime. So very fast Arbiters, just going straight to the late game. These guys are like, you know what? Let's not mess around with this early game stuff, with this harassment and crap. Let's just get straight into the nitty gritty, where we make tons and tons of units and then throw them at each other in this huge explosive battles. And oh, Cal is on to the fact that Flash is probably going to expand down here. He's trying to go down here and shut it down. He's got some Dragoons down here. He's moving in, trying to snipe, but the tank goes up. There's a lot of Marines there as well. I don't think he's going to be able to get close enough to the tanks. The second tank goes into siege mode. More tanks coming in for reinforce. The Zealot goes down. No, the Zealot's still alive. It gets up close to that tank. The tank's on the low ground, sieging up just in time to push that back, and it looks like he is going to take that expansion. No, Cal's not going to necessarily let him. He's sending in more reinforcements here. There's only a few tanks. There's not really much to protect those tanks. He could run right in. He is running right in. He's going straight for the tanks. He's going to take out one siege tank. There's still the one on the low ground that's going to be hard to reach, though. There's one in the back. The SCVs of Vulture's trying to get in the way. Another tank is coming up the ridge, but he's going to have to fall back as well. There's only a few Dragoons left, though. If he can move away from the fire of that low ground siege tank, he can do a lot of good, but it looks like he's killed the tank on top. Now he's trying to fire down the hill, but it's a little bit too late. He just had too few Dragoons to fire downhill at that last tank, especially with more tanks coming in. If there hadn't been those reinforcements, he probably would have taken it out, but he barely manages to, Flash barely manages to hold that off. And so both players basically trading a lot there. And Cal, if he'd managed to shut that expansion down, that would have been huge, because he has taken that 9 o'clock expansion himself. So he would be in a really, really strong position there, having taken out a lot of Flash's army. Flash is now just has a skeleton crew. He's going to have to actually be in trouble. And Cal actually is the kind of player who can take advantage of that kind of situation. Cal is you know, Cal is the kind of player who he can be aggressive when he needs to be, and so I wouldn't be surprised if Cal really keeps the pressure up on Flash, because Flash doesn't have many forces. The Terrans can turtle, but it can be very delicate, the turtling. I mean, like right now Flash has, I mean, he's Flash, so he has a ton of tanks already again, even though he just lost them all. But well, actually no, he's only got one machine shop, so he hasn't been able to pump out many tanks. So yeah, look at this. He's only got a couple tanks at his third base, a couple tanks in between, one at his natural. So he doesn't really have that much defense actually. If Cal had wanted to, Jesus, he has. Oh, never mind. He's got no upgrades. I saw the 3 spider mines, and I'm like, how did he get +3 weapons already? Oh my God. There's just 3 spider mines. He's got no upgrades. Anyway, so if Cal really wanted to and kept putting pressure on that, it could have been pretty bad for Flash. But because Flash barely held that off. Anyway, so Cal now just moving around the map, trying to clear out these mines and what have you. And yeah, you can see there how little defense there is there. If Cal had more gateways, and I guess Flash is probably comstatted there to see how many gateways he has, so that might be part of his decision. To play things with his defense a little bit thin, but if Cal had more gateways and he had, say, the speed upgrade on the Zealots, he could have easily pumped out a round of Zealots and a few more Dragoons and gone into that expansion very quickly and taken that out. But Cal chose instead to just tech up and expand himself. So now we've got the armories going, spinning on one, and he's getting a second armory as well. So now Flash is going to have those upgrades going, and he's got a second machine sharp finally. You can support off off two gas mines, which he's had because he has added his natural expansion. Off 2 gas mines, you can support 3 machine shops pumping constantly if that's all you're building with your gas as tanks. So even with 2 bases, you should be able to build tanks out of 2 machine shops. But I guess he's just been using a lot of money for teching and what have you instead. But now he's finally got a second machine shop up, and finally starting to do that, get his gas going. To use on some more tanks, because the tanks are the heart of the Terran army. The Vultures and what have you are just support for the tanks. And here it comes in Cal, trying to pressure from 2 sides at once. Looks like he's going to fall back from that left side. He probably just got barely within range of those tank fire. Um, and so he was gonna have to fall back there. Anyway, Flash now with a bunch of factories though, so he is really gonna be putting out a lot of money's worth of units here very quickly. Let's go back. Let's see here. Yeah, so Flash is at 117 supply, Cal at 130 supply. So both players are getting very large armies going now. Flash now working on both upgrades, so he's gonna have 1-1 before too long. Okay, he already has +1 weapons actually, so he's probably doing his normal thing where he gets +1 weapons, then gets a second armory and goes weapons armor at the same time. So he ends up with 2-1, and we may see him push out with just a 2-1 upgrade push, where he'll have, you know, maybe 150 or so supply, maybe 160, and push out with just that many units and try and do a hard push off just 3 bases. Anyway, we'll have to see what he does, obviously, but that is kind of an old standard strat for Flash, is to go for like a 2-1 push, but who knows? I mean, yeah, Cal has a lot of stuff going on, so it wouldn't necessarily be that effective with arbors, what have you. Anyway, Cal running an army around the middle of the map here. He's putting out a lot of forces. He's also upgrading his stuff as well. He's got several gateways down now as well. So, but he's expanding too. He's expanded to the top right, and he's looking to expand to the bottom left as well. The Korean commentators are getting really excited about something right now. They saw the core spinning. Maybe they think that I honestly have no idea exactly what's going on there. Maybe they are expecting that he's upgrading air weapons in preparation for going carriers later or something like that. I thought I heard them say carrier, but I could be wrong. Anyway, but in fact he's going in with a few arbiters right now. I'm not sure if they're hallucinated or something like that, but he's going to be able to get a recall off. But there's a lot of mines here. I don't know if he's those. Yes, they were hallucinated. One recall does go off. Oh, half of his recall explodes in the first moment for spider mines, but he's still got a sizable chunk of forces there. He's going to go straight for the command center with his dragoons. Actually, no, now he's targeting the vultures and the vessels, and those zealots are going to do a lot of damage to those defenses though, taking out all but one of the turrets. In fact, it might even do well to just target that turret down. Yes, he is going to target that turret down, try and get it down, so another recall could come in here a little bit later. And oh, does not get that turret. The clutch SCV repairing it. Nicely done. Yeah, by the way, my roommates aren't asleep. I'm doing this in the afternoon, but they are home. Usually I try and cast when my roommates aren't home, just because, so I can, you know, don't have to hold back or whatever. But I am having to hold back my excitement a little bit and not get too loud here. But anyways, Cal throwing away a lot of forces here. Actually, he had a bunch of zealots, but he should have seen that there were too many vultures there. But actually, he does break on the right side. Oh man, it's too bad that Cal didn't focus his forces more on the right side there, where it was less defended. Although I suppose that's why the left was more defended, because Flash saw that that's where Cal was attacking. Anyway, yeah, so Cal setting up to take that bottom left base as well. He's going all over the map. Flash is going to have to either push or get another expansion here pretty quick. And he's probably not. Yes, there's the fleet beacon. So I did hear them say carriers, or maybe I didn't hear it. Maybe I was just imagining. But that is what I thought it might indicate. Anyway, he's going in here. A couple turrets are back up. He's going to try and go for another recall. The mines are gone this time. There's no more mines. And oh, the recall gets all the way through. All the way through. Okay, there's another turret up there. Anyway, he's so nice. Storms all the vultures as they come in to try and take this out. So he's focusing. He's trying to focus the command center with his dragoons. Is he going to be able to get the command center? Yes, he gets the command center. Gets the command center, and now he's attacking the tanks as well. And they don't have many vultures to support. So it looks like he's going to take out a few. No, just one of the tanks actually. Before this gets cleaned up, and he immediately starts building a new command center. Wow. So Flash down to 2 bases now. This is actually. Oh my god. Oh my god. Flash could. Well, he has a sizable army, so he's not out yet, obviously. But Flash is not necessarily in the best of shape right here. He's got 3 machine shops now. Looks like a total of 7 factories going on, but he's down to 2 bases right now. Actually, his main is probably mined out, so well, no, he still has Mins at his main, so he's technically still on 2 bases at the moment. But Cal is on 5. He's getting a 6th soon. Flash really needs another base pretty quickly here. Either that, or he needs to make this push pretty quickly. Flash does have 2-1 upgrades now, I believe. He's got about 150 supply. Let's see if they click on a unit there, I can find out what it is. And yeah, so we do see a switch into carriers going on though, and that is a little bit why we see Cal has some money in the bank. He's the one with the 1600 1,500 minerals in the bank right now at the bottom right, or it just went down to 1,300. Anyway, so he has a lot of money in the bank, but he's going to be switching to carriers, so he's going to need some minerals in the bank for interceptors and what have you. Anyway, so here comes in for another attack though, and Flash caught trying to set up a new expansion, it looks like, or assault this bottom left expansion, and he's get caught off guard. He is trying to set up that bottom left expansion at the low ground expansion. It's gonna get taken out. He's gonna have to cancel that CC. Yes, cancels the CC. Wow, Flash is really getting out expanded here and out macroed by Cal.